Well, welcome everyone. My name is Maria Williams, and I'm excited to be able to share this information tonight with you and hopefully teach you something you didn't know, but something that is near and dear to my heart and has been life-changing for me. So let me tell you a little bit about my story before I get started. I grew up in Massachusetts, thus the accent, right? Not here from Arizona where I live now, but my journey with this company and with my health started in 2007. In 2007, so I worked in a manufacturing industry for many, many years, over 20 some years. I was in human resources and very toxic environment. And I didn't really, I mean, I knew it was toxic environment, but you're young, you think it's not going to affect you, but it does. So in 2007, my blood work was off. My doctor wanted me to go get tested, and then I got diagnosed with a blood cancer. And so that started my healthy quest where I wanted to do everything I possibly could to try to stay healthy, right? And so I started eating better, more plant-based diet, eliminating all the processed foods and that kind of stuff, sugars, kind of reducing as much as possible, sticking more to fruits and vegetables, drinking more water, less Diet Coke. Yes, I was a Diet Coke addict. So really, and then started looking into nutritionally alternative, right, stuff. Started looking into supplements and stumbled across antioxidants and how good they were for you. And so I started taking lots and lots and lots of antioxidants. And then in 2008, the bad economy. So these are the two big things that happened in my life. First, getting diagnosed, with this cancer, and then so started my healthy journey. And then in 2008, with the bad economy, my husband was in the insurance industry, and his job got eliminated. His whole department got eliminated, actually. And so he found something else here in Arizona and said, hey, let's move to Arizona. I got a great position. And I said, great, but I'm not working, because I worked 50, 60, 70 hours a week. And I never saw my two boys growing up. They were 9 and 11 at the time. And moving to a state, an area where I didn't know anyone, had no family, no friends, no one to help. I was concerned. I didn't know how things were there, and I wanted to be present parent. I wanted to be a present mom. I wanted to be around, right? I had missed so much in their life already that I didn't want to miss anymore. So I was really committed to being a present mom, and I said, I'll move, but I'm not working. Or at least I'm not going to work 50, 60, 70 hours like I was working. I want to find something else at some point. And he said, fine, not a problem. So we moved here, and I was home for about a year. And then I started thinking, okay, I need to find something. And honestly, it was because I wanted to go back home more often. That was my number one first goal when I got started in this, was that I just wanted to make some part-time income so I could save money to go back home and see my mom and dad and my two sisters and my best friends. And I missed them all terribly, being so far away from them. And so I was praying and asking God to show me something, to give me something. But I had parameters. I'm like, I think back now, like, yeah, ask God for something, but you've got parameters. I wanted flexibility. I wanted to be able to still be that present mom. I wanted to be able to work when I wanted to work and work around my kids' schedule. That's all I wanted. I didn't care what it was, but that's all I wanted. And so I, put it out there, asked God, and went on with life, right? And then my neighbor comes over, Carrie Williams, that some of you might know, I've heard the name. She comes over and, comes over for the kids. It's the middle of July, hot as anything here in Arizona, for the kids to play and hang out. And she, when we get the kids settled in, she said, hey, I want you to watch this ABC investigative report. And I was like, sure, I'll watch it. And right? I was mind blown when I saw that. I was watching the ABC, and I was having this conversation over here in my head, and this voice was telling me, this is it. This is what you were asking for. And I'm like, this is it? How is this it? And I'm watching this ABC, and I'm super intrigued, right? but I'm having this conversation here with this voice, which now I know it's how God talks to you, right? God's whispers, right? And so I had to trust the journey. I'm like, okay, I'm going to be open-minded. Is this it that you're sending me? I'm going to be open-minded. And when I watched that ABC, I hope all of you have watched it. If you have not watched it, whoever invited you on here, please go back and ask them to send it to you so you can watch it, because ABC investigative report came in to investigate this company, and they usually try to debunk it, right? They try to make news and debunk stuff, and they couldn't debunk it because it was real, right? John Quinones gives his blood, and it reduces his oxidative stress in his blood by 45% in 2 weeks. And as a company, we normally say that we can reduce oxidative stress 40%, an average of 40% in 30 days. This was 2 weeks and was 45%. His oxidative stress was reduced. Why is that important? I'm going to share that with you, why this is all important. So I knew all about antioxidants, but then all of a sudden there was this new science called this NRF2 activation. So this was activating our body, right? It's not a supplement, it's activation. This is the breakthrough, right? Supplements supplement the body, right? What we have our hands on, and we're going to talk about 3 theories of aging, 3 theories of aging and 3 theories of nutrigenomic, nutrition for your genes. But this first one about, reducing the oxidative stress in your body, right? And so this video, when I watched the ABC investigative report, it was talking about, activating your body, and your body was starting to make all these antioxidant enzymes that were way more powerful, and that was reducing the oxidative stress in the body, right? And if you go look up oxidative stress, you will be amazed at how it is linked, because that's what I did. I went to pubmed.gov. I recommend you to go there, or go to Google Scholar and type in oxidative stress and look at all the research that's there. Narrow the research for whatever interests you, right? Whatever health issues interest you, narrow it and look at the science that's there and see for yourself why reducing oxidative stress is so important in our bodies, right? So I'm going to get started. So hopefully you've seen that. And so when I saw that ABC, I was blown away. I was like, this is a big deal. I want to get this product in my body, right? Because I'm thinking, I've got this thing going on, right? And I want to get this in my body, another tool to help my body heal itself. So I get on it. I get super passionate. They tell me that you can also share this with people. It's a business. And I'm like, a business? This is, I'm asking for something. God's having that conversation. This is it. Oh, I can share with people, right? Okay, I always share stuff with people. So this is no different for me, right? I'm just going to share this, right? And see what happens. Well, this is what happened. I started sharing it with people. At first, I'm getting lots and lots of customers. And then about 4 months in, I had this shift. I started seeing, I need to find someone else that will share this information to, right? If I find these people that will share the information, because that's what they were talking about, how you build this business is by sharing this information, find some people, teach them, help them, and let's all keep sharing like crazy, right? And that's all I've done, is I've shared and I've shared like crazy, nonstop, every day, come across someone, I'll have conversations. And what that's turned into, almost 10 years that I've been in this business, it's turned into over 80,000 people on these products, 80,000 people on my team. How exciting. 90% of those people are just customers, people who love this product, who they're having amazing results in their bodies, right? They're feeling great, more energy, sleeping better, all this great stuff is happening to them, right? So, and then 10% who see it as a business opportunity and a part-time, something to make some part-time income like I wanted to make. And then they start sharing it with people and just seeing what happens, right? That's kind of my story in a nutshell. And I feel super blessed that I'm able to share more with you. So I want to get into a little bit of the product. I'm going to open up a PowerPoint here that I use, and it makes life a lot easier. So you can visually see this. Come on, open up here. There you go. So we're going to talk about biohacking, which is controlling your biology, right? Controlling your body, and the 3 theories of aging through nutrigenomics. Nutrigenomics is nutrition for your genes. We give our body the right nutrition, we can correct gene expression, right? What the genes are doing wrong, we can fix things in our body. And that's what this is all about. So that ABC aired in 2005. After that ABC, it was on NBC, PBS, the Today Show, the Wall Street Journal. You know, it was a very small company, $3 to $4 million a year they were making, and they got $5 million of orders from that one airing of that ABC. Unfortunately, they couldn't fulfill those orders. They tried retail, it didn't work, and they kind of lost all that momentum. But the good thing is universities and institutions began to call the company and say, hey, we want to look at your product because we're studying this disease that's linked to oxidative stress. And if it can reduce oxidative stress, we want to see what it can do, right? Because this isn't intended to cure, treat, or prevent any disease, right? It's not that. It's intended to activate your body and let your body do the healing, right? But they wanted to see what it could do, and which is really cool. We're a publicly traded company on NASDAQ. We just rang the bell, I think 2 weeks ago, the closing bell. The first week in January, we got to ring the closing bell, which was super exciting for our company, to have that prestige, to be there, and people to hear what this is all about. And so that company, we've been able to grow it from a $3 to $4 million company, switching from the retail model to direct sales model to over $200 million in sales. It's just incredible of the amount of people that we have been able to bless with these products. That's what excites me the most, is hearing the stories, how people are feeling better, and how they just love these products and what they're doing for their body. So let's get into it. So universities called the company and they started to do studies. So like I said, if you want to see these studies, go to pubmed.gov, PUBMED.gov, and type in Protandim, right? It's going to be a first signature product that I'm going to talk about, Protandim, and you'll see the 26 studies that are out there from universities all over the country. Pharmaceutical companies are trying to develop drugs that are same technology, the NRF2, but they're synthetic, right? Ours is natural, is just, you know, whole foods, right? Herbs that are in there. I can't even talk today. Herbs that are in there. But we've got studies from the American, published in the American Heart Association that Virginia Commonwealth did, Ohio State University, LSU, University of Kentucky, even Harvard, even Johns Hopkins is doing research right now. It's just incredible, all the research that's being done. And for one reason, because this is a medical breakthrough, and it's probably one of the biggest medical breakthroughs in the history of medicine. Bang, I remember the next slide. This is from Washington State University, and this is what they're saying about NRF2 activation. You know, NRF2 is just a protein in our body. You don't have to know the science of how it works. Just think it's activating your body to heal itself. NRF2 may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and the most extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. And we have the most potent NRF2 activator in the world, as far as we know, right? Unless someone has one out there that we haven't seen or found out about yet, but we have the most potent in the world. And that's huge. And nobody knows about it, really. It's still a mystery. It's still a secret, right? And that's why we're trying to tell as many people as possible, because we want people to know that there's another tool out there in the world that can help them heal, can help them feel better, right? That's all we want. We want to have good quality of life, right? Or a good quality of life, healthy life. So what is this oxidative stress? Think of an apple. If you cut it in half, you leave it on the counter, it's going to turn brown. Oxidation. That's oxidative stress. That same chemical molecular process that's happening is happening inside our cells. Our cells get damaged like that. I'm going to give you the analogy of the car as we talk about these 3 theories of aging. So if a car is all rusty and the engine's rusty, that car isn't going to run. It's not going to go anywhere, right? We got to get rid of that rust. It's just like the rust in our cells, right? The rust in our cells are damaging our body and our cells and our DNA. Nothing's working properly. The gene expression isn't working properly, right? And what causes it? It's our environment. It's the pesticides, herbicides, cell phone to our ears, unfortunately. Now they're coming out with 5G, and I don't even want to get into that and the horror stories and the scare of what 5G can do to us. That's why we need to protect our bodies, right? We want technology, and we should continue to have technology because it does make life simpler and make life amazing, the tools that we have. But there's also a lot of negative sides of it, right? And it increases this oxidative stress. So we need to protect ourselves, right? Then here, look at this wheel here. And if you look at oxidative stress, and remember I told you go to PubMed.gov or Google Scholar, not just Google Scholar, because you want to look at studies and research, you know, you can see all the diseases that are linked to oxidative stress, right? Reduce oxidative stress, maybe you'll feel better. I know I did. What I felt since I mentioned that when I got on this is I got my energy back. I mean, I was probably 10 years ago, so I forgot to tell you my age. I hate this, but I was probably 45 at the time and just heading towards 50, right? And feeling tired and run down. And I just thought that's, you know, how you feel. But no, when I got on this, I got my energy back. I got my mental clarity, my focus. I really felt like somebody unlocked my brain. I was like feeling like I was 20 again, right? And actually when we look at the cells and see how they reduce the oxidative stress, it's really looking at, you can look at your cellular age. It is like turning back the clock to when you were in your 20s. You feel that way. I was working out more, you know, I still work out more and just, you know, continue to feel amazing 10 years later that I've been on this product. We have two significant organizations that have vetted out this product, NSF and BSCG. That means that professional athletes look for products that are on the lists that have been vetted and that are safe for them to take, because there's no performance enhancing anything they're going to test positive for any drug. I mean, it's all natural, whole foods, right? It's all herbs, whole herbs. You could take these herbs and cook with them. But the way they've been put together is what creates this NRF2 activation to activate your body. And NIH, the National Institute on Aging, did a 10-year, they've been doing like a 20-year study. We got in it, and about a 10-year study we participated. They were looking for supplements and drugs, what could extend life. And the only supplement out of thousands that they tested, the only supplement that they found that could extend life was Protandim NRF2 Synergizer. Only product in the world so far that they have found that could extend life. Supplement, right? They called it in the supplement category, nutrigenomic category. There are a couple of drugs that they found that could extend life, but the supplement-wise, our product was the only one in the world. I just want you to kind of, there are millions and millions of supplements out there. They tested thousands and thousands, ones that were significant that they thought could extend life, could show something. None of them showed anything significant except Protandim, the NRF2 Synergizer. For that reason alone is the reason why I would want to take this product. Besides what it can do, reducing oxidative stress, knowing that it can give me better quality of life and a better quantity of life, right? I don't care if it gives me a couple years more. I'll take as many more years as I can possibly get, right? So that's our main product, our signature product, Nerve 2 Activation. So that's the car, it's the rust in the car, right? We were talking about. Oh, let me talk about this slide. One more thing. The ingredients that are in it are green tea, turmeric, ashwagandha, bacopa, and milk thistle. Individually, they do activate NRF2, but not any significance. Together, the synergy and how they're put together, 1,800% more potent. So yeah, you want to take them separately. You're not going to get the effect that they get the way they are perfectly made. And that's why we have 7 patents to protect this product. I just wanted to point out multiple sclerosis. So there's drug out there from Biogenetic, Tecfidera, that is for MS. It is a NRF2 activator. Pharmaceutical companies are right now racing to try to make NRF2 activator drugs. What they tested their drug against our product, and here's what they found. Look at the bold. Interestingly, Protandim, a dietary supplement consisting of herbal ingredients, was the most potent inducer and therefore may be the most suited as a therapeutic strategy. Need I say anything else? So back to the car, right? We got the rust. So now we cleaned out the rust. We got, cleaned out the engine. But if that engine doesn't run, that car isn't going anywhere, right? Just like our cells, the engine of the cell is mitochondria, right? And when your mitochondria doesn't work properly, mitochondria dysfunction, that leads to a ton of other issues and problems in our body, right? You can look at the slide there and everything it can lead to. So we developed NRF1 synergizer, Protandim NRF1, to get the engine in the car, revving it up, getting it rolled, so we can go rolling down the street, right? Getting your cells revved up, right? It also helps slow the cellular aging, we've seen people with more energy, performance, your energy production, sleep quality, we've seen improvements in. And then the third theory of aging is NAD. So you have the car, we've gotten rid of the rust, we've got the engine running. Now we got to get the computer in the car running, right? We want the windows to go up and down, seats to move. I need my GPS. Where am I going? All the electronics in it. That's what this does. So NAD is a molecule in our body. And what it does, it activates sirtuins. Sirtuins are a group of proteins that control everything in our body, everything. When you run out of NAD, you die. So when we're younger, we have lots of NAD. And these products, let me tell you, they're just not as you age, right? These products are to take when you're young to stay healthy. When I heard about this, I got my boys on it. I think they were 10 and 12 at the time. I got them on it because I knew that they were both athletes, and athletes run higher, after I did my research, higher in oxidative stress, and they have wear and tear, right? And I wanted recovery. I just had somebody tell me that reducing oxidative stress can reduce lactic acid in the body. I was like, whoa, that's why we're having muscle recovery so much faster, right? When you work out, you do heavy lifting of weights, that second day is like the killer day. It's not the next day, it's that second day. Well, we find lots of people that never get that second day. They get sore, the next day, but that second day, it's the bad, here comes the bad day, right? They don't get it. So what does that mean to a professional athlete? That means he could get out on that field. Let's say you've got an NFL player, right? And you got Super Bowl coming up and this guy's injured. If it's the difference of one day, right, that his muscles can recover, or he can recover faster from an injury, right? And get on that field and play in the Super Bowl, that one day could be the difference for that whole team, right? And that player. That's the importance of healing your body faster. So we have tested this NAD, and it can increase the sirtuin activity within 24 hours by 100%. It doubles your sirtuin activity. Oh, and when I was talking about aging, we start aging after 20. So up until the age of 20, we're born and we're growing, right? We're growing. And 20, the magic unfortunately stops and we start declining slowly, right? You don't feel it at first. I didn't feel it. But my 30s, I kind of felt, a little not as good as in my 20s, and then 40s came along. Oh, I felt the 40s. And then luckily, 45-ish, I found this, got it in my body, and I'm back to 20s, right? Feeling that way again. The only other way, the only other way naturally to increase the sirtuin activity is the CR here is caloric restriction. So if you fast, right, and you reduce your calories down to 600 to 800, your body thinks it's dying because you're not giving it enough food. That's the only way I know how to describe it. So it starts to make more NAD. because it thinks it's, you know, hey, you're not feeding me enough. I got to make more NAD to keep this body moving and running. And I've talked to people that have fasted, and when you hit that third and definitely after the fifth day, it's like you feel amazing. Like, oh, well, that's because the NAD production is increasing. So our NAD increases it, you know, like caloric restriction does. The competitors that we've checked that are on the market, they increase sirtuin activity by 2%. You want 2% or you want 100%? I want the 100%. So those are the 3 theories of aging, right? The rust, inflammation. Think of oxidative stress can be, you know, think of it as inflammation, getting the engine running, the mitochondria, and now getting the computer and the rest of your whole body kind of functioning. All those other sirtuins, get them all activated. The NAD, some of the benefits you will see is mental focus and a concentration, clarity, positive mood, boost your mental and physical energy. I feel fired up when I take my NAD. I had kind of not taken it for a little while during Christmas, the holidays, and then got back on it, and I'm like, ooh, like feeling amazing, and my brain is so clear, and I'm like, holy moly, what was I thinking? It supports a body's healthy inflammation response. Like everything you hear about is inflammation, 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 right? You got to eat more plant-based because it's better for you. Avoid soda because that causes more inflammation, so drink more water. Coffee can cause inflammation, so, you know, lessen down on the coffee, switch more to tea, right? So these are all the 3 tools that you can put in your body to help with that inflammation response. It can maintain cholesterol levels that are already healthy, right? And it can support your healthy vascular system. And all these products, a little symbol down there again, they're banned substance control approved. So athletes can take these products. My boys, 2 athletes in college, 1 graduated, they've been on this product, and my husband was saying it the other day to someone, and I didn't even realize, like, oh yeah, they've been tested several times. They've never had a problem in college because there's nothing in it that is performance enhancing, right? There's no steroids in it. There's no whatever the other stuff they put in it. It's all natural. Like I said, whole foods. If you can eat food, you can take these products. Someone just asked me a little while ago, I was doing another presentation, is there any side effects? No, there's no side effects. It's not a drug. If you're allergic to one of the ingredients, then we usually give you a little bit to try, cut off a little piece of the pill and see, you know, maybe open up the capsule and take half and just see how you feel, because they are very small amounts. They're not full full doses that you would take if you were just taking turmeric. It's very small amounts because it's the synergy of these ingredients that are in it that create this activation. So that's the only thing that you could have, is you might be allergic to it and you can't take it. But besides that, there are no side effects to this. Any known that we know. I should always say that we've known, any that we've known of. So so individually, they're all amazing, but the 3 of them, we did a study, and all the gene activation, and when you put the 3 of them together, when you stack them together, the tri-synergizer, we call them, and now we got little packets, which I love, just increases the activity. So I'm only gonna look at the first one because this is a busy slide, but remember I said for tandem NRF2, 40% increase in the that antioxidant detoxification gene. So in the tri-synergizer, when you have all 3 of them, 78% increase in production. So we went from 40 to 78%. And then look at this gene. It's a healthy inflammatory response. 51% just on the NRF2 alone, 848% increase. That's over 1,500% increase being on the tri-synergizer. So if you've got something going on with lots of inflammation, you think it might be a good idea to try all 3 of these and see what it can do in your body? Just a thought. So we've bundled some of our products together. We have an Omega and a ProBio that we've added on, and we've got a bronze award for having these bundles together that you can choose from. I love this Vitality Stack, which is, you know, the the Nerf2, the Nerf1, the Omega, and the Probio, and then I just throw in the NAD. It's free shipping on all our products. We went January 13th of this year, free shipping. So anything you buy is free shipping, as long as, I should clarify, you're on a subscription. Subscription is, it just ships monthly. There's no fee to be on a subscription. You can cancel at any time. If you're not satisfied, not happy, want to stop, you can push out an order. You can do a bunch of stuff. Or if you do retail, you got to be over $100 in an order in order to get the free shipping. So not a bad deal. Here's the Probio. Probiotics are super important for our guts. I'm going to tell you what makes it different and unique. We have BioTrack, which is a special coating. Most probiotics, only 4% make it past your stomach acid into your gut. Ours, over 60% because of this BioTrack. That makes a huge difference. It's got Wellmune, which is a prebiotic, and it helps get your gut healthy. And then the Omega, what's special about our Omega, it has Omega-3 and Omega-7. We don't need Omega-6s. We get plenty of them in our in what we eat. We need is Omega-3s and 7, and that's what there is in here. And vitamin D is already part of this, right? The daily dose, recommended dose is already in. So that's that vitality stack. And then we developed Axio, brain food, more stuff for the brain, right? Mental clarity, focus. So many people are struggling with energy, mental clarity, and focus. Look at this little boy, 10-year-old little boy, before Protandim and Axio. Look at his spelling test. After Protandim and Axio, look at the spelling, look at the writing. Why? The concentration, the focus. He could concentrate, pay attention. This is a nootropic. It unlocks your brain so your brain can function the way it's supposed to. And it's because we've got so many toxins exposed. We put shampoo, we put stuff everywhere, toxins everywhere. You know, yes, I call it my graves, toxins. So I gotta counteract all that stuff we put on our skin and our body. Here's some research from a doctor that did a brain map. Here's a kid with the same thing, problem with concentration, focus, clarity, mood. And look, the red is not good, the squiggly lines are not good. You have to be a brain surgeon to understand that. And then look at this side, 12 days later, look at the brain. And the biggest part is that the teachers noticed he was concentrating, he was doing better. This kid was a C and D kid, and now he's an A and B kid a year later on these products. So we took that NRF2 activation, the first one I talked about, and we put it into skincare, fine lines and wrinkles. I've used the anti-aging cream for almost 10 years now. Yes, I have wrinkles, but I don't think I have as many as I probably would have had. But, you know, I think my skin looks pretty darn good for almost 56. Shampoo, and our products are clean products. You can go to an app called Think Dirty and put our products in. They're from 0 to 1 or 2. It goes up to 12. Anything above 8 is bad, bad, bad. 10, 11, and 12 are cancerous. You don't want it in your skin. If you take one takeaway today, go to the Think Dirty app and go look at your shampoos, your stuff you put on your face, your deodorant, stuff you use in your house. Go look it up and see what it's rated. See what makes it so bad. And, you know, if it's carcinogens, you got to get rid of them. You know, because it's not one-time use, it's using over and over and over and again. This stuff compounds in our body, clogs up our cells, we can't get rid of it, and it turns into bad stuff, right? So you want to clean that out, and whether it's our products or go look for good, clean, healthy products to put in your body. Weight management, everyone's looking for weight management, you know, it's a struggle, right? And so we developed a good, clean weight management system with our technology. We took the prebiotic concept. You know, your gut has to absorb nutrition. If it doesn't absorb nutrition, what's happening is if your gut's inflamed and you got a leaky gut, you're eating because you're never getting full, you're never getting enough nutrition. So this prebiotic helps coat. So think of your gut as a garden. You got to put the fertilizer in. The prebiotic is the fertilizer, the probiotic is the seeds, and then it all starts to flourish, right? You get a healthy gut, you absorb more nutrition, you eat less, you get satisfied faster and all of that. So, and there's a fat burner in here. I have tried fat burners in the past and always 1 or 2 days and I'm done because they make you jittery, right? And I said, oh, this fat burn, I wasn't interested in it because I was afraid of that jittery feeling it gives you. Zero of that feeling. It doesn't work that way. It works on burning the fat cells. That's how it works. Works on burning the fat cells and by getting your good gut and absorbing the food. And then there's a whey protein that can be a substitute, right? A meal replacement. Put the whey protein, add some fruits and vegetables in there and some almond milk or coconut milk, whatever you like. And you can make an amazing smoothie. It can be a breakfast or lunch or a dinner, whatever you want. And then, of course, people have animals, right? They started giving Protandim NRF2 to their pets, dogs, cats, horses, and they were having phenomenal results, and the company developed Pet Tandem. So the same ingredients plus collagen is in there, and some omegas are in there for the dogs, helping them have a shinier coat, supports their joint function, mobility, flexibility, their cognitive function. That's our product line. We don't have a million products. We develop products very strategically and that complement one another and not really overlap, but they complement one another in different parts of the body, different systems in the body. So like I said, when I saw these products, I knew I was going to get them in my body. I was going to get them in my family's body. I started seeing results and I got excited about the business side of it. One thing I did want to know, who knows about this, right? And still today, 10 years that I've been involved, that little icon has moved a little. But if this is your first time hearing about it, so before you got on here, you had never heard about this until the person, whoever told you about this, right? So that tells you something, right? That this market is wide open, right? All over the world, we're globally. We're in 18 different countries. We're in North America, we're in Canada and Mexico. We're in parts of Asia, parts of Europe. We're just expanding like crazy and getting the word out there on this, these activators and how you can heal your body if you give it the right nutrition. And that's what we're all about. So there's plenty of opportunity. If you feel like you want to not only take the product, but you want to share it with people, there's an opportunity to make some part-time income, full-time income, big-time income. The more effort you put in, the more time you put in, the more you talk to people, the more that you can build a business, right? You can grow your business. So if you're thinking of sharing it with people like I was when I first got started, I knew I was going to take it, but I knew I was going to tell people about it because just my personality. I share things with people all the time, good or bad. If I like something a lot, they're going to hear about it. If I don't, they're going to hear about it. Don't go to that restaurant. That food wasn't good, but go to this restaurant. It was great. Just how I am. So I knew I would share this with people, especially if I heard people saying that they weren't feeling well and that they were looking for, you know, more energy, sleeping better, and just feeling better. I knew I was going to share it with people. So there are 3 different packs you can come in. It's $50 to get involved in the business, and then you pick a pack. So with the $50 in the pack, the silver pack is $350, gold pack is $650, the platinum pack is $1250. The best value is the platinum pack of all of them. I mean, they all have product. The platinum pack just has more product and more savings in it. Who doesn't want to save more money? I think it's like $450 of savings, and you're getting a little bit of all of our products. So you can try them, you can sample them out, you can sell what comes in your business in a box, right? You can sell them. So, you know, get back to the person that told you about this. If you want to just be a customer and get started on the products, great, tell them about it. If you're thinking of sharing it with people, even if you're not ready to start, you want to get on the product, I would get one of these packs because you get a website, you get training material, you get a team to help you, but at least you save money while you're on the product, doing your own research, right? Doing your own, you know, understanding this more and getting comfortable, and then you can start slowly, organically sharing it with people, right? Because I know that you probably have family members that you saw at Christmas time that didn't look as good as they did last year. Things are happening. They're not feeling well. Well, what about if you give them, share this information with them, right? and they feel better, right? What a hero you'll be to them. And then at the same time, people are looking at 2020 like, I need part-time income. I don't like what I'm doing. I want to change my job. I want more out of life. And that 2019 wasn't a good year for me. I've got to do something. This is the best time of year to start a business because people are looking right now. They're looking to change. They've made New Year's resolutions and now they're looking. So it's a great opportunity. And lots of people are looking for part-time income. There are professional people. I take Uber a lot, not a lot, but when I travel, I take Uber. I always ask what people do. I've met some really professional people that have professional jobs and they're doing Uber because they want their wife to stay at home, right? They want to have extra income. They got a kid going off to college. Things are happening. They want that extra income. So instead of sitting home watching TV, they're Ubering, right? They're out there and, making $500 a month. This is something you can do from home. Look, I'm home in my house here, and I'm building it from home. Wherever you are, we've had people from all over the country that are here, and they're tuning in. We even had Canada on here, people from Canada and Alaska. And so they're all tuning in. They're hearing this information. You can invite, we do these calls, these webinars every Thursday night. You can invite people on here to come and hear about it. You have all week to invite people, invite. They come and hear about this new technology, or you're not feeling well, you got a problem going on. Hey, I just learned about this. Why don't you get on this webinar? This is not high pressure sales. Here's the information. If it speaks to you, if it resonates with you, go forward, give it a shot. Our products are not expensive. You can go back to the person that invited you on here. They'll give you the list. They'll tell you how much it is. But all our products, honestly, are kind of under $50. If they're above $50, then it lasts longer than a month usually. Like the shampoo and the anti-aging cream, shampoo and conditioner, the anti-aging cream. They anti-aging cream is $70, but it lasts 2 months for me. So that's $35 a month, right? So we try to keep everything affordable, under 50, I should say, affordable. And now with free shipping, that's a no-brainer. So just to go a little bit into the business, you create a network of consumers. Like I said, I have almost 80,000 people in my organization today. I hope I said that at the beginning. If not, let me repeat it. So I got on the product, started talking to people. I found, 4 key people, and they started talking to people. I found 3, then a 4th one later on. They started talking to people and gotten customers on board and other people that wanted to share this. And so we're getting customers and people that are distributors. And we built this network of consumers and this network of distributors, 80,000 people, just incredible. 6 different ways to get paid. I'm not going to go into the details of them. Just understand when people initially sign up an order, you can get up to 40% commission. And then on average, it's an average of 5% that you're getting paid. We have a Jeep program. When you get to a certain level in the company, they give you the title to a Jeep. And we have this global revenue sharing. If you come in today and build your business, when you get to 7, we go from 1 to 10. When you get to 7, you share in this pool of all our sales, right? The global sales. So you can only work, let's say you work just in the US and you got people in the US, but globally you're sharing with the company. And that creates this huge teamwork in our company. Everybody is willing to help everybody because the bigger the company gets, we all have a piece in the pie, right? And we can all get a piece of that. I love that. That's incredible. I've never seen that in a global revenue sharing. I've seen profit sharing, right? You have revenue, pay your expenses, and whatever profit you get, you can get a little piece of it. But we're at the top. We're sharing the global revenue even before anything else. So that makes it very different, a sharing of income. So because we are publicly traded, I can show you the income that people are making. If you look at the column to the right here, as I'm facing it, we go from 1 to 10. You come in as a distributor, you start building your team. Pro 1 is $1,000 in sales a month, 1,000 points, I should say, not $1,000, 1,000 points. So Pro 1, 2, and 3, from 1,000 points to 5,000 points. You can make part-time income, from $67 to $600 a month. Part-time income that lots and lots of people are looking for. Remember what I was talking about 2008 when the economy was bad? Well, I remember in 2009, $285 was the average extra income that people needed, and it would have saved probably 80% of bankruptcy. That's not a lot of money, right? And that can be done just by, talking to people and sharing it with people, and finding the right ones that are open to healthier alternatives to be healthier. Look for health and healthy minded people, right? And share that with them. And then you get to Pro 4, 5, and 6, which is full-time income. 80% of Americans are right in this range right here. And then you get to 7, 8, 9, and 10, which is bigger time income, right? From $12,000 down to $123,000 a month. I'm blessed to be a Pro 9, and I'm only sharing this with you to show you that I had really no experience in this type of business. I was in HR for so many years, moved here. I listened, I was coachable, I was teachable. I'm like, teach me, what do I got to do? How, I watched webinars, I heard people speaking. It's a story, right? I'm just telling you a story. And once you learn the story, you tell the story over and over again, and you keep telling it to people. And so the average income is right here. It's been life-changing for our family. It's given us options and choices, right? It's given us the ability to send 2 kids to the colleges of their dreams and not even worry about it. Worry that we couldn't afford it, right? That we couldn't pay it. It's given us, options for when my husband, his job got eliminated here again after we moved. It gave him an opportunity to walk away from a job that, things weren't going well, to give him some time to figure out what he wanted to do, right? When he grows up, I say, what do you want to do when you grow up? I tease him. But it gave him that opportunity not to panic, that we weren't going to panic as a family, and to, what do you want to do, right? If that's not panning out right for you. It gives us an opportunity to give back to charities. Like, when I wrote my first big check, I called my husband, I was like, I want to donate, and he doubled the amount. I was like, oh, we can give that much? I have this big, huge goal, and I'm going to tell you it because I want to put it out to the universe. When I'm Pro 9, when I hit Pro 10 is about 100,000 a month. I want to give back. My goal, our family goal that we've talked about, is we want to give back 100,000 to charities. God, I get teary-eyed just thinking about it. So the goal isn't like, I want all this money because I want a bigger house, I want a car, and this. No, it's, we want to give back in a big way back to charities. So that's our personal, I've never shared that publicly with anyone, but that's our personal family goal. I'm putting it out there because I believe in asking God and it comes. So God, send in the Pro 10, because I know when I'm a Pro 10, there's more Pro 9s in my business, more Pro 8s and more Pro 7s. And that's the beauty of this. I'm not the only one in my business. We have already, I have 2 Pro 9s in my business, a Pro 8, a bunch of Pro 7s, a bunch of Pro 4, 5s, and 6s that are working, sharing from their hearts with people, and that they will be 7, 8, 9s, and 10s soon in our business. So putting it out there, asking, just, letting God know, yes, Pro 10, and my goal is to give back 100,000 to charities, give back to the world. So thank you so much for being on today. I just end here with Oregon State University. I love this study. It says, when it finds a problem, NRF2 essentially goes back to the cellular nucleus, yes, and rings the alarm bell, where it can turn up to 200 genes that are responsible for cell repair, detoxification of carcinogens, protein and lipid metabolism, antioxidant protection, and other actions. The scientists called it the longevity assurance factor. And here we are. We have that longevity assurance factor. So thank you so much for getting on tonight. I hope you learned something. I hope you can share this with someone. We do record these. Recording gets sent out to distributors. So if you want it and you want to send it to someone that, as you were listening, that you thought of, then go ahead and send it out to someone and bless a life. You never know what can happen. So if I can do this, anybody can do this. You can see how many times my words got mixed up and messed up, but this is the real me, right? This is it, this is about sharing from your heart and just building this. So I'm excited. Martu, nice to see you on. Everyone, thank you so much for being on tonight. And I look forward to meeting you and answering questions and helping you in any way I can. So thank you and have a blessed night.